Hi everybody, so in this video I'm going to give you a demo of how you can install Hadoop in your system using the Hadoop Sandbox. So for that you'll need to go over to this website, thecloudera.com/downloads/HortonWorks-sandbox.html, and once you're on this website you should be able to see a download now button over here. If you click on this it will take you to another web page, and once you're on this web page you should see something, you should see something on the screen that looks something like this. And over here we will be choosing VirtualBox because we will be installing the sandbox in the Oracle VirtualBox. If you plan to install your sandbox in a VMware Docker, then you need to select accordingly. But in my case, I'm going to be installing in the VirtualBox. I'm going to select VirtualBox and click on this. And over here, you will be prompted with a sign up form. Please fill in the details and you should be able to download it. In my case, I have already downloaded the files, so I'm going to skip this step. But you should follow. You should fill up the text boxes over here so that you can download the files. So I'm going to skip it over here. And as I said earlier, I already have it. At least I have already downloaded the sandbox in my machine, so I'm going to skip the download process. In addition to the sandbox files, you're also going to need the VirtualBox, the Oracle VirtualBox. And because my machine is, because I'll be running this in the Windows, I'm going to select Windows host. And I also have this already installed, but if you click on this, you should be able to download the VirtualBox installation files. So now, presuming that you have installed the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager in your machine, once you open it, it should look something like this. Now, this is where we are now ready to install the Hadoop Sandbox or the Hortonworks Sandbox in our VirtualBox in our machine. So, presuming you have also downloaded the installation files of the Hadoop Sandbox or the Hortonworks Sandbox, you should go over to the file over the VirtualBox Manager over here, click on the Import Appliance, and click on this box icon over here. My files is located in here, so I have it here. I'm going to select the location where I have downloaded the Hortonworks Sandbox, and I'm going to click on Next over here and click on Import. And yeah, so now the import process has started. So this is quite a bit of time-consuming process. I think this should take about 15 to 20 minutes. Although it shows like 2 minutes here, but it's going to take 15 to 20 minutes, at least 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how powerful your machine is. So I'm going to pause for a while, and then I'll be back after Hadoop has been installed in my machine. Okay, so as you can tell, I have it installed on my machine. So after, just have some patience when you are installing the sandbox because it usually takes 15 to 20 minutes. So just want to let you know that it's a bit of a time-consuming process. So once you have it installed, it should look something like this. And now once you see something like, once you see an icon like this, the next thing that you have to do is click on the Start button over here. And this again is a bit of, takes about 5 minutes, I think. So yeah, or maybe less than that, depending on how powerful the machine is. The first time it usually takes a bit of a time, so don't worry if it takes a whole lot of time. Okay, so now I have it all installed. So if you see on your screen, some port number, or if you see the port number or something like this, then you should know that your sandbox is now installed in your VirtualBox. So now once you see the screen, we would now go to Chrome, and then be doing localhost, and I would do 1080 because that's the our go-to page to look into to explore the Hadoop Hortonworks data platform or some of the advanced HDP platforms. So so this is one dashboard I wanted to show you. So now so the next thing we have to do is we have to we have to log into our Hadoop. So for that we need to log into our Hadoop shell, and for that the port number is 4200. And once you have that, the login is usually root, and the default password is Hadoop. The first time you log into it, you'll be asked to change the password. So so now I'm going to type in Hadoop because that's the default password or the current password. And now I'd like to change my password to something else. And let's retype it again. Okay, so now my new password is set up. Let's say I'd like to see the version of the Hadoop, so I could just do Hadoop version, and this should tell me, or this should give me the version number of the Hadoop that I'm currently using in this sandbox. So once you have logged into it, we should now then move over to the Ambari interface and Ambari dashboard, where we can do the Hive QL. So we'll be doing more of the Hadoop in the Hive QL in our another lecture or in another video, but in this video I wanted to focus on how you can install the sandbox in your machine using the Oracle VMbox, and how you can set up the password and how you can get started with the Hadoop sandbox. So that's the main objective of this video. So now that I have it over here, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to localhost, port number, we could go over to 8080. So this is our Ambari login platform. You can use this password RAJ_OPS. This is one of the default password that has been given in the sandbox. The username and the password is the same. So you could type in RAJ_OPS and type in RAJ_OPS password and log into it. So this is our dashboard over here. So after this, we could go over to Hive over here, and we can now get started with our Hive QL. So now that you are on the screen, you are ready to get started with your Hive query language, but oftentimes what I have noticed is that you will run into a problem when you try to log into the DAS Studio. And what you could do for that is you could, so for example, if you type in localhost 30800, you will be greeted with a screen of an 502 bad gateway oftentimes. So what you can do is you can go over to this Ambari, which is port number 8080, and if you go over here, Hive, and click on Actions over here and do Restart All. Click on the Confirm button. And this again is going to take some time, so have patience. I'm going to pause the screen for now, and then I'll be back when this goes to 100%. So now, as you can see, this is 100%, and this is almost 61%. So if I go over to my another browser or another tab and type in localhost, and then give in the port number of 30800, this is going to open up my DAS Studio or Data Analytics Studio, and this is where I'm going to type in all of my Hive QL or Hive query language. So this is the interface. You would click on the Compose window, and this is Right now it's not opening up. It's because my machine is a bit slow. But this compose window is a place where you would be typing in your queries. So this is all I have for today's video. The main objective of today's video is to give you a demo of how you can install Hadoop Sandbox or the HurtonWorks Sandbox in your machine, and how you can get started with your Hadoop. In addition to that, I also wanted to give you a quick sneak peek of how you can type in the Hive query language using in the Dash Studio. So in my another video, I'm going to give you a demo of how you can process the text files using the Hive query language.